A wolf once made friends with a fox, and kept him always by him, so that whatever the wolf wanted the fox was obliged to do, because he was the weakest, and could not therefore be master. It happened one day that they were both passing through a wood, and the wolf said, "Red Fox, find me something to eat, or I shall eat you." "Well," replied the fox, "I know a farmyard near in which there are 2 young lambs. If you like, I'll go and fetch one." The wolf was quite agreeable, so the fox went to the field, stole the lamb, and brought it to the wolf. He then returned to find something for himself. The wolf soon ate up the lamb, but he was not satisfied, and began to long so much for the other lamb that he went to fetch it himself. But he managed so awkwardly that the mother of the lamb saw him, and began to cry and bleat fearfully, and the farmer came running out to see what was the matter. The wolf got so terribly beaten that he ran limping and howling back to the fox. "You've led me into a pretty mess," he said. "I wanted the other lamb, and because I went to fetch it, the farmers nearly killed me." "Why are you such a glutton, then?" replied the fox. Another day, as they were in a field, the greedy wolf exclaimed, "Red Fox, if you don't find me something to eat, I shall eat you up." "Oh, I can get you some pancakes if you like," he said, "for I know a farmhouse where the wife is frying them now." So they went on together, and the fox sneaked into the house, sniffed and smelt about for some time, till he at last found out where the dish stood. Then he dragged 6 pancakes from it and brought them to the wolf. "Now you have something to eat," said the fox, and went away to find his own dinner. The wolf, however, swallowed the pancakes in the twinkling of an eye, and said to himself, "They taste so good, I must have some more." So he went into the farm kitchen, and while pulling down the pancakes, upset the dish and broke it in pieces. The farmer's wife heard the crash and came rushing in. But when she saw the wolf, she called loudly for the farm servants, who came rushing in and beat him with whatever they could lay their hands on, so that he ran back to the fox in the wood with 2 lame legs, howling terribly. "How could you serve me such a dirty trick?" he said. "The farmer nearly caught me, and he was giving me such a thrashing." "Well then," replied the fox, "you should not be such a glutton." Another day, when the wolf and the fox were out together, and the wolf was limping with fatigue, he said, "Red Fox, find me something to eat, or I shall eat you." The fox replied, "I know a man has been slaughtering cattle today, and there's a quantity of salted meat lying in a tub in the cellar. I can fetch some of that." "No," said the wolf. "Let me go with you this time. You can help me if I cannot run away fast enough." "You may come for aught I care," replied Reynard, and showed him on the way many of his tricks, and at last they reached the cellar safely. There was meat in abundance. The wolf made himself quite at home, and said, "There'll be time to stop when I hear a sound." The fox also enjoyed himself, but he kept looking round now and then, and ran often to the hole through which they had entered to try if it was still large enough for his body to slip through. "Dear Fox," said the wolf, "why are you running about and jumping here and there so constantly?" "I must see if anyone is coming," replied the cunning animal, "and I advise you not to eat too much." The wolf replied, "I'm not going away from here until the tub is empty." At this moment in came the farmer, who had heard the fox jumping about in the cellar. The fox no sooner saw him than with a spring he was through the hole. The wolf made an attempt to follow him, but he had eaten so much and was so fat that he stuck fast. The farmer, on seeing this, fetched a cudgel and killed him on the spot. The fox ran home to his den, full of joy that he was at last set free from the old glutton's company. If you enjoyed our experience together, please like this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and consider subscribing to the channel so as not to miss out on our next adventure. But for now, story time is over.